Our people are also incredibly passionate about communities and about mentoring. So we have, over the years, developed several programs to be involved in the community and to make sure we've got the right focus on that. A couple of the things we do, we have a program called College Map, which is really about making sure that we are in high schools helping with access and persistence around college. So we have teams of people, and we mentoring teams, which is very much part of our culture. We're in 11 high schools around the country, very active in teams, and we are helping students to apply, to figure out their passions, figure out where they should go to college, apply for college, and then apply for financial aid. And then once in school, help them through our persistence part to stay in school.
We have partnered with organizations like America Scores, City Year, Hands-On Network, Jumpstart, and Youth Ventures. We, through our annual corporate social responsibility report, actually made a commitment a few years ago to both touch at least 50,000 young people through mentoring.
Wells Fargo's approach to volunteerism overall, and really approach to how we do our business, is supporting our local markets, finding what the local market needs and supporting that. We have national partnerships, and those are very strategic, but when we get into our foundation grant making, when we get into our volunteerism, it's what is happening in your local market? What do you know about what's happening in your local market, and what can you do? What are you interested in doing to make a difference because it speaks to you?
So for those of you who are already engaged in mentoring, I'm sure that I'm preaching to the converted. You don't need to be convinced about the value of this work. You wouldn't be here. But I suspect that there are sometimes barriers inside your companies. That's normal. This is corporate America. The other document that I would refer you to, Paula mentioned it, but just to really encourage you to pull it down from serve.gov, is called Opportunity Road. It captures a lot of really good data, again, that Paula mentioned about the cost to our country if we don't serve opportunity youth or disconnected youth.
With respect to workforce development, we are really very interested in youth 18 to 24 who are falling through the cracks. In the context of mentoring, we're working with organizations like Year Up. Not only do we take apprentices in and give them the opportunity to learn about business and develop those hard skills, but we also have opportunities to mentor those students so that they're learning how to work in the workplace, not only how to get dressed, what is the acceptable, how to network. All of us have had a mentor in their life, whether it's a formal program or not. What we hope to bring is skills that we have as business leaders to a young person who's disconnected, who doesn't have the opportunity to network. Because all of us, without role models and being in a situation where you have the opportunity to learn about working in a summer job and learning those skills, success later in life is really based on those early experiences. In fact, there's some really interesting research out of Northeastern that connects meaningful employment at a young age with success later in life.
When we look at the 12 different ERGs, employee resource groups we have that want to be volunteers, that want to be engaged, where we look at the guy driving the truck, where we look at the person in the retail store, how do we look across all of these folks, bring in our retirees, and let everybody be a part of mentoring? Because everybody does want to be a part of mentoring. And so I think the philosophy is actually very simple. And so we get a lot of very complex, different opportunities to work in mentoring and try to develop those. But it's meet the employees, meet the retirees, meet the groups where they are. Meet them where they are most interested. And what we have found is that the best place to do that is actually at our workplace. And so we made a commitment to do a 5-year program that would reach 100,000 students for a job shadow experience. And that included both 2 sessions on campus for high school success and career preparedness, and also a session on campus with AT&T.
what we did is we learned a lot. We learned a lot from our partners, we learned a lot from the kids, and we learned a lot from our employees. And it culminated in what is Mentor in a Box. And that is just a catchy phrase. It does come in a box, but it's made up of 3 components. And with that, we first said, who's our audience? So we built the product actually with the audience being corporations, and particularly corporations that might be concerned whether or not they had the resources or the know-how or the direction to build something like this inside their company. But as we got into it, what we really found is that another audience is our local partners, our state and our community partners, because this can be a very powerful tool for the mentoring partnerships to also use. So this came together for us in 2 levels. In the corporations, so we wanted available to companies and also to mentoring groups in order to take what you've built and all of your expertise and partner with corporations in order to drive what we're all looking for, and that is more people connected with kids who are in need out there.